air. It's called sitting under the apple tree or something like that. Sit under a tree. Sit under the oak tree. So breezy. I don't care how hot it is. It could be 150 degrees. Sit under the oak tree. You're going to feel the breeze. Especially if the oak tree is by the water. I think it's the combination. The water with the trees, man. It's a deep thing. Sun about to set. Well, it ain't about to set. We got about an hour to go. But the sun's setting. There was one more thing that I did want to speak on. But it kind of slipped my mind. But it was a deep thing. A very deep thing. I can't remember right quick. But I'm thinking on it. But while I'm thinking on it, I want to say this to all the people that watch me that may hear voices or see things. You know, those of you that have been deemed by society in the medical institution as basically crazy. So those of you that follow me and you may be on medicines and they may have you diagnosed as schizophrenic or whatever, or bipolar, whatever the medical term is for those that hear voices and see things. I want to let y'all know that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just the society. So you have to look at it this way. I don't hear voices. You do though. So now I deem you crazy and I give you medicine. But that's where it's tricky. Because if you hear voices and I don't believe you, why would I give you medicine? Grasp that. So those who's giving y'all the medicine, they must believe in their heart that y'all are hearing voices. And that's where it gets deep. Because if the doctors believe y'all are hearing voices and this is why they giving y'all medicine, then that's where it's biased. Because that means you're hearing voices, so they're giving you medicine because they don't have that talent. Grasp that. Because if they didn't believe you was hearing voices, they wouldn't give you nothing. They would just be like, get out of here. Well, they would do you like they do anybody when they say something that they don't believe. You get dismissed. Whatever. But they obviously believe that crazy people, well, people that hear things, they believe you hear the thing. That's why they put you in the crazy house and give you medicine. And that's where it's deep. Because if you can hear something that others can't, then that's something you're supposed to build on. That's a gift. Everybody in this life has their own unique gifts. We may share the same gifts, but another may have a different aspect to it. So you have a few people that hear voices. And they may not say anything. I don't hear voices or see anything. So, sorry. But I just have an understanding of things. So, I'm not biased to anything. Just because I don't hear voices, I'm not going to say, oh, they're crazy. They hear voices. It don't work like that. Consciousness is all. I understand that. And I understand that all conscious is tapped into the... All conscious is all connected because it's all a piece of the all conscious. So you can look at conscious like this. You have this tree. You have a piece of conscious here. You have a piece of conscious there. You have conscious here. You got a piece of conscious over here. Now that's separate from that. They feel completely separate from each other, but they're all connected to the source of the conscious. So, if this person hears something and nobody else over here hears shit, but they hear it, it's because they all tapped in. And it's a deep thing. Back in the days, I want y'all to grasp, when you read an ancient text, ask yourself, why didn't they have crazy people in a sense where people hear voices or see things? Why is it in ancient times when people heard things and saw things, they called it prophecy? And they didn't deem it crazy. So you had no cases in the ancient times where a man was deemed crazy where he was given medicine. You had King Solomon, the wisest man on earth. And they said he began to speak babble. So you see how deep that is? You see how the craziness is tied in with the geniusness. And that's where it gets deep. Because when you're a genius, you're on the crazy brink, being as though no one else is on that level. So it's a deep thing. Imagine if somebody like a kid 19 years old that don't know a piece of the things I know. I'll be crazy to him. He like the sperm is the spirit. What? Man, what is a spirit? So you got to grasp how deep it is. This is how deep it is. This is why genius and crazy is like a thin line between it. Because it's all a matter of understanding. What one doesn't understand, he deems it as crazy.